You're exactly 32 years old, and your bank balance sits at only $9,800. You lie on a secondhand mattress you ordered off Amazon, scrolling short-form videos nonstop. Every clip you see features people who started regular dollar cost averaging in their early 20s and built massive asset portfolios by 30. The more you watch, the more you doubt yourself. You're convinced you've missed your best window to build wealth. If you're only just learning asset building principles at 32, is it already too late to turn your life around? Nearly every piece of financial content online pushes the same narrative. You have to start investing while you're young. If you wait until your 30s, you'll never close the wealth gap with your peers. Loads of 30-somethings get trapped by this mindset. Staring at tiny savings balances, they give up entirely, convinced they're stuck living paycheck to paycheck forever with no chance to grow income-generating assets. Have you ever written off all saving and investing plans just because you feel you got a late start? Here's a critical set of numbers from Vanguard's 2025 Investor Research Report. If you invest $1,000 every month with a 7% annualized return starting at 25, you'll amass $1,430,000 by age 65. If you put in that exact same monthly amount starting at 32, you'll only end up with $680,000. The compound interest gap of nearly $750,000 is a tangible cost of delaying your financial journey. Let's walk through the benchmark life path of someone who begins investing at 25. Fresh out of college, their salary is modest, yet they commit $1,000 a month to index funds with automatic withdrawals. They carry no mortgage or childcare costs, so they never feel pressured to sell during market swings. As their career advances, they gradually raise their monthly contributions. By 30, they already have over $200,000 in their portfolio. By retirement, they've enjoyed 4 full decades of compound growth, creating an enormous wealth advantage. Most people only compare themselves to this timeline and write off starting at 32 as pointless, ignoring the massive income gap between mid-career professionals and new graduates. Most people get this entirely wrong. If you raise your monthly investment contribution to $2,400 and maintain that same 7% annual return until 65, starting at 32, your final portfolio will hit $1,600,000. You will outpace anyone who only puts $1,000 away starting at 25. Today, I'll break down 3 exclusive financial advantages only 32-year-olds hold, each capable of offsetting lost compound interest years. First, after a decade in the workforce, your salary and disposable monthly surplus far exceed entry-level graduates. Simple budget adjustments free up steady cash flow for investing. Second, you've already lived through impulsive shopping sprees and speculative fads. You possess emotional maturity to hold investments long-term without panic selling over short-term market fluctuations. Third, you clearly distinguish mandatory household expenses from discretionary splurges, letting you guard your principal far better than people in their early 20s. These strengths are unavailable to new graduates fresh out of school. So, what is a complete, actionable framework for learning asset building from scratch at 32? Step 1. Lock away 6 months of essential household spending as a permanent emergency fund, kept completely separate. No matter how bullish the market gets, you never touch this reserve to avoid liquidating investments at a loss during crises. Step 2. Split every paycheck automatically into 4 buckets: basic living costs, children's long-term funds, retirement contributions, and growth-oriented investments. Step 3. Prioritize low volatility assets like broad market index funds and rental real estate. Steer clear of highly leveraged or speculative vehicles that could trigger devastating portfolio drops you cannot afford mid-career. Step 4. Leverage your professional expertise to build small side income streams, reinvesting every dollar earned to compound your principal faster. You do not need huge sums to begin. Even $1,000 or $2,000 monthly has a tailored allocation strategy. If you're in your early 30s with minimal savings, constantly beating yourself up for overspending in your youth, and believing you can never catch up, pause for a moment. Leave a comment below stating how much you can reliably set aside each month, and we'll calculate your 30-year compound interest outlook together. Here's the hard truth holding so many people back. It's never your age that ruins your financial future. It's the endless self-doubt and inaction that wastes year after year of compound growth opportunities. Countless men and women in their 30s start learning about wealth building yet walk away with nothing, all because they fall into midlife financial traps. Almost no financial creator addresses online. First, draining your entire emergency reserve to invest forces you to sell positions at a loss during medical emergencies or job loss. Second, chasing rapid midlife windfalls through high-risk speculation and leverage trading wipes out decades of savings in a single market correction. Third, unlimited financial support for children and relatives steadily depletes your retirement nest egg. Fourth, leaving all your money in low-interest savings accounts lets annual 3.2% inflation erode your purchasing power year after year. Young adults with no family responsibilities rarely face these threats. Yet they're the biggest roadblocks for mid-career investors. Have you ever rushed into high-risk investments in your 30s, desperate for a quick payout, only to lose years of hard-earned savings? Most people invert the core logic of compound wealth. They assume an early start is everything and give up if they feel they've fallen behind. But consistent, uninterrupted contributions over decades are what power compound returns, not youth alone. If you wake up to asset building at 32, you still have 33 full years of compound growth ahead until retirement at 65. More than enough time to construct a solid asset buffer. Your age is merely a number. What defines your quality of life in later years is whether you can build a clear asset framework, control impulsive spending, and stick to long-term investment plans. A late start only costs you some compound gains. Stagnating in self-pity permanently closes the door to financial recovery. If you realize it's never truly too late to rebuild your finances once you reach your 30s, hit like and save this video. In my next video, I'll share a zero-threshold monthly budget template tailored specifically for anyone juggling mortgage payments and childcare costs. There is no single standard timeline for building wealth. Those in their 20s follow one path, and 32-year-olds carry unique advantages of their own. The day you decide to learn how assets work is the earliest possible starting point you will ever have.